Today, another fabulous show, of course, but I'm very excited for our next guest. You can find him at theprofessionalwingman.com. Please give it up for my friend Thomas Edwards.
What's up, man?
Thomas Edwards. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How's it going?
Nice. Nice. Now, I mentioned theprofessionalwingman.com.
Yes.
You just get into it. Tell us about the professional wing. You're a dating and lifestyle coach. But tell people about what you do and how you do it.
All right, so I am a dating coach. Basically, through personal development, I help develop, enhance dating and their lifestyle, their social lives, so to speak.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Now, only through dating, not through, like, if they're all set on the dating front, would you, just help them in other ways, just, not building business or anything like that, or building their life, only on the dating front?
So I help them with their social lives. Sometimes a lot of us, we put career first, and we kind of neglect our social lives. So I pretty much help kind of get them back into the game, so to speak, socially, helping them with activities and things they can get themselves into. And then professionally, I do help students and people who are going out into the real world, help them learn how to better network and power network with big companies and CEOs and things like that. There's the same kind of confidence that is necessary to approach those kind of guys looking for those kind of jobs that it is for a guy to approach an attractive woman.
Oh,
so
okay.
So.
All right. Now, do you only work with men, or do you work with men and women, or?
So I work with mostly men, but lately I've been getting a lot of women to inquire about what it is that I do, which is pretty cool.
So you're not closed to working with women. You
I'll
just
coach everybody. I'll coach you.
I might need it after the show is pulled off the air.
We'll talk later.
But so you don't cater only to men, but it's just that mainly men contact you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Men. I guess it seems like men are starting to realize more that they don't mind getting the help.
Sure. I mean, everybody, you call the IT help desk when you need help with your computer, or you go to a mechanic when you need your car fixed. Why not come to you if you're striking out?
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
I say striking out, but I don't want anybody to think that they just have to go out there and strike out in order for you to help them. This is for them to get started, to jump start. Maybe they need a way. Is there an age limit to the folks that you'll work with?
There's no age limit. My oldest client is going to be 50 this year. My youngest client is 22. And so,
wow,
full range.
So is there anyone you won't work with? Do you meet a person and say, dude, you are beyond help. I can't I can't even work with you right now?
I honestly believe that there's someone out there for everyone.
Okay.
Now, having said that, you have to be willing to push yourself. You have to be willing to break yourself out of your comfort zone. And if you're not willing to do that, it's not going to bring any change.
Right.
And change is what you're looking for if you're coming to me. Because clearly what you're doing right now isn't working. So you're going to come to me. If you're not willing to do that, then it's hard for me. I've only rejected 2 people.
Really? So this is at the initial consultation, you said, I don't think that I'm your person. You need an exorcist.
Because I'm working with you. I'm not...
Maybe you have on a Paisley tie.
I mean...
or something along those lines. You're beyond help.
When you want to see the Paisley tie, it's like, I don't know. But you're an exception.
I'm bringing it back.
Well, I have a Paisley vest, and people seem to like that, so
it works.
Yeah.
So what would you say to those who maybe say, you're just another guy who thinks he knows women? You know what I mean? Because I don't quite hear that as your approach. You're not saying, well, I know women and I know what they want. What's your retort to those folks? Or is that the approach?
So I just provide a different perspective. I can't say that I know women because I'm younger, and I'm still I'm still learning. We're all learning in life. So I'm only providing a different perspective that you might not necessarily be thinking about. And if you're willing to listen, it might open your mind to different things that you may not have been thinking about before.
Ah, okay, all right. So is there? Do you try to come up with mock situations for these folks? Do you have some stand-ins maybe at your office, and you just bring in a 6-foot blonde and say, all right, so here's what we're going to work on today? Or do you send them out into the real world, actual situations?
So I thought about that. I thought maybe if we can do like a mock simulation, it'd probably be easier to do it that way. But then I realized, it's so scripted that it probably wouldn't be authentic. So why not put them in a real life situation?
Right.
So I'll literally go with them to bars. I'll go with them to coffee shops. I'll go with them to the supermarket. And I will go and we'll do quote unquote exercises to kind of get over their anxieties. So if they're afraid, let's say if I'm working with a guy and he's afraid to approach attractive women, I will have him go ahead and approach these women at will and see and have him, I mean, obviously he'll probably fail, but it's all about developing his courage to be able to do it to the point where he's used to it. So when that moment does come where he may end up finding the one, he's ready. Okay. So it's the same thing when it comes to relationships. Once you get into it, you still got to work to keep it. You got to work to maintain it. That's how marriages last, you know, because they work at it.
So is that a complete success for you, marriage, or is it, you know, when do you get your chance to say, oh, you know, you're Darth Vader now and you let your Luke Skywalker go? When do you get to let your apprentice battle the Emperor? When do you feel like you've done your life's work?
I guess in that reference would be to their point of inner peace, but in outer,
they're comfortable with themselves.
They're happy.
Okay.
They're satisfied. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter. Some of my clients don't end up in relationships, but they're still 300% happier than when they came to me, and that's more important to me. I want them to be happy with themselves. You don't necessarily need someone else to make yourself happy.
Sure.
You know, the point at which you're happy is the point at which you're ready to have someone else into your life to share that with.
Gotcha.
And so I kind of worked more towards the self-improvement and the happiness, and then kind of channel that through dating, because we all have those anxieties that most people don't work on when it comes to dating.